All right, shalom, shalom. We give all praises to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Mashiach Yahushai for his enduring love and compassion for our people scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And we are continuing with our Torah portion. So this is the Torah portion for this week, and it starts in the book of Devarim, which is the book of Deuteronomy, and it's chapter 3, verse 23. Chapter 3, verse 23. And we're going to continue on to chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 23. And I besought the Most High at that time, saying, O Adawan Yahweh, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For what God is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to thy works, and according to thy might? I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan, that goodly mountain in Lebanon. So this is where Moses, he's pleading with the Most High to allow him to see the promised land. He wanted to see the promised land. So basically here he's pleading with the Most High, asking the Most High to give him a chance to see the promised land. Let's continue on. Verse 26, but the Most High was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And the Most High said unto me, let it suffice thee. Speak no more unto me of this matter. But the most get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up thine eyes westward, and northward, and southward, and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes, for thou shalt not go over this Jordan, but charge Joshua and encourage him and strengthen him, for he shall go over before his people, before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which thou shalt see. So we abode in the valley over against Beth Peor. So now what we see here in verse 26 is that the Most High was not happy with Moses, right? The Most High was very much not happy with Moses because something had happened. I mean, we went over it before, but we're going to go back to show you exactly what happened. Let's go in the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 1 to 13. So we can show you exactly what happened and why the Most High was not happy with Moses. The book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 1. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh. And Miriam died there and was buried there. So some of you, if you don't know, Miriam was the sister of Moses, right? Verse 2. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people chode with Moses and spake, saying, would God that we have died when our brethren died before the Lord? And why have you brought up the congregation of the Most High into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt to bring us into this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of fig tree, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the Most High, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Most High appeared unto them. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, take the rod, and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak unto the rock. I want you guys to pay attention. Speak unto the rock. That was the order that was given. Speak unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and shall bring forth to them water out of a rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts. So once again, we see Israel complaining, saying, why did you bring us out of Egypt? Again, the Most High literally brought the people out of Egypt. The Bible describes it as the iron furnace, but the people were whining, why did you bring us out of Egypt? Let me tell you something. You'd rather be in a sad, decrepit place, but it is your own place, than when you're a slave in somebody else's home, when you're a slave in somebody else's country. You'd rather have a little well to drink some water. You'd rather have a small little hut to sleep than be in a fancy place that is not yours. Okay? So very bad for the people to be complaining, very bad for the people to be whining, and the Most High was not happy. And because they themselves were whining, that actually caused Moses to sin. And you're going to see what happened later on, right? Verse 9, and Moses took the rod from before the Most High as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? That statement right there is actually very problematic. Okay, very problematic, and I'll show you in a minute. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. Was not supposed to do that. We read in a few minutes ago where it says, "And speak ye unto the rock before their eyes." The Most High had ordered him to speak unto the rock, not smite the rock, and he smote the rock twice. Right? And water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, because ye believe me not. First of all, by asking that question, must we fetch you water out of this rock? That's actually, that question is really a question that someone who doesn't believe, an unbeliever would ask. Like, are we supposed to get you water out of this rock? But why would you ask that question? The Most High already tell you, if you speak to that rock, water is going to come out. This is why here in verse 12 it says, And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, Because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. Okay, because ye sanctify me not. So you have to understand, by asking that question, this takes the credit away from the Most High, because speaking to the rock itself is the act of sanctifying the Most High in the eyes of the people. Okay, that was the act of sanctifying the Most High, giving the Most High credit. But when you ask such a question, you literally take the credit away from the Most High. He wasn't supposed to do that. And this is exactly why, when you go back, you see why the Most High, he was asking the Most High to let him go and see the land. And the Most High said, Yep, don't ask me again. Do not ask me that question again. I told you. Like we say in the hood, I done told you that you're not gonna go over the Jordan. Because at that time they were on the east side of the Jordan. Okay? Let's continue. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live, and go and possess the land which the Most High thy power and of your fathers which giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High your God, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Most High thy power has commended them, had destroyed them, Salakia, from among you. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your power are alive, every one of you this day. Every one of you this day. This is the certainty that you have for keeping the commandments of the Most High. You will be alive. Like the Most High said, everyone who did not worship Baal Peor, they are alive this day. So the Most High will preserve your life and give you really a good life and a good end. Meaning, when you die, it's not going to be suddenly and tragically, but rather a life fulfilled. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Most High my God commanded me that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess. Okay, very clear here. Not just the Ten Commandments, but statutes and judgments, and we're gonna talk more about that. So bear with us, right? And when he say that ye should do so in the land which ye go to possess it, but most importantly, he says the Most High my God, my Elohim, right? Verse 6, keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So when somebody say you don't have to keep the commandments, because they don't want you to acquire this. They don't want you to acquire wisdom and understanding. And you want to know something? I'm gonna show you something right quick. Let's get Romans right quick. Okay? We're gonna get the book of Romans chapter 7. I'm gonna show you why it's important to keep the commandments. The book of Romans chapter 7. The book of Romans chapter 7 verse 14. Now, for we know the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. The law is spiritual. You do have a lot of people that are claiming to be spiritual, but they don't want to keep the law. The law is spiritual. Verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. So it is a good thing to keep the commandments. It is a good thing to keep the commandments. So then when we go back, we see where the Bible is talking about, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation. If you are spiritually inclined, you will want to keep the commandments. Why? Because the commandments will lead you to have wisdom and understanding. Okay? And refusing to keep the commandments, you cannot get that. Okay? Next. For what nation is there so great, and has the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Most High our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I have set before you this day? Remember, as you can see, statutes and judgment. Later on, you're going to see statutes, judgment, commandments, and testimonies. So you got to pay attention. Verse 9. Only what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I have set before you this day? Next, verse 10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High thy power in Horeb, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my word, that they may learn to fear me in all the days that they live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. Right? Verse 11. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of the heaven with darkness, cloud, and thick darkness. We want to know, what fire is it talking about? Let me read it one more time. And ye came near, that's Deuteronomy 4 verse 11, by the way. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. So we want to know what fire the Bible is referring to. Well, to prove that, let's get the book of Psalms chapter 68 right quick. Psalms chapter 68. Let's get it. The book of Psalms chapter 68 verse 17. Psalm 68 verse 17. It says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Most High is among them, as in the Sinai in the holy place. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Most High is among them. So now that's the first hint that we got, that first thing first, the Most High indeed was there in Mount Sinai, and the Most High was among his chariots. But again, that doesn't tell us much about, the fact why the mountain was burning with fire. We need to get more on that. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull the book of 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 11. The book of 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 11. Let's get it. It says, in the days, let me see if I got the right verse here. Let me see, probably 2 Kings. Hold on. Yes, not First Kings. It's Second Kings. Okay. Let's get the book of Second Kings, chapter 2, verse 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Let me read it again. A chariot of fire and horses of fire parted them both asunder, and Elijah and whirlwind into heaven. Con. So evidently the chariots of fire, the chariots of the Most High, as we read, this is the fire that Moses saw in Mount Sinai, and as the Bible say in Psalm 67, Psalm 68 verse 17 rather, Moses he described what he saw as fire on the mountain, and in Psalm 68 verse 17 says the Most High was among his angels, thousands and thousands of angels, man. Right now, if you see the motorcade, right, Trump's motorcade, like if Trump is going somewhere, you'll see tons and tons of Secret Service. You see a lot of cars. You see they have ambulance, helicopter, drones, and they have the beasts, you know. But imagine, man, when the Most High came upon Mount Sinai with thousands and thousands of his angels, man, and you have those chariots up there, chariots of fire. This was no small thing. It was no small thing. Let's read it again. So we're gonna get it in First Kings right quick. So like Second Kings. Second Kings 2 verse 11. Not Samuel. Right, the book of Second Kings chapter 2 verse 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, and that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. What do you think was up there in the cloud guiding the children of Israel all the way till we make it to the promised land? What do you think that was? That was the chariot of the Most High, man. But let's get back. Let's get back to the Torah portion. So remember, our Torah portion is Devarim, chapter 3, 23, all the way to 7:11. So we are on chapter 4. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 11. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And the Most High spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the Most High, ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. Verse 13. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon the 2 tables of stone. Let's continue on. Verse 13. Verse 14. And the Most High commanded me at the time to teach you statutes and judgments. This is for people that believe that only the 10 commandments God gave, or they call it the law of Moses, as if Moses created his own thing. Those were instructions. Those were statutes and judgments that the Most High gave him, instructed him, that he instructed to the people. And we're going to show you, not just one time, but we're going to show you multiple times. Let's finish reading that verse right quick, and I'm going to show you. Right? Where it says that ye might do them, and the land whither ye go over to possess it. This is where we at right now, right? And the land whither ye go to over to possess it. Now let's get Exodus right quick. Let's get the book of Exodus chapter 24. I'm gonna show you. For people that think this is the law of Moses, and that means all of a sudden they can disrespect the Most High. You know, Moses wasn't just creating his own stuff. He wasn't just saying his own stuff. These were things that the Most High tell him to tell you. Let's prove it. Exodus 24, verse 12. And the Most High said unto Moses, come up to, and the Most High said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount and be there, and I will give thee tables of stones. This is the 10 commandments, and a law and commandments, plural, which I have written that thou mayest teach, man. So it's not just the 10 commandments, because when you look at the scripture, we have what we call Hamitzvotim. We have over 613 laws in the Bible. Now you might think, man, that's a lot, man. Nobody can keep that. Well, guess what? In America, even like a small city like the city of Fort Lauderdale has thousands and thousands of laws and coding laws and administrative laws, and somehow people abide by them. I mean, you park in the wrong place, you get a ticket. Don't you think that's a law you're violating? We don't have laws about parking tickets. We don't have that in the Bible. But Esau has those laws in everything. In all their cities, they have laws. You throw out trash in the dumpster where you're not authorized, you can get in trouble for that. And somehow you're whining about the Most High's commandments is too much, man. You have to cut it out. So let's go back. We're gonna go back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4. Verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. That means there was never any portrait of the Most High. There was never like a face of anybody that was speaking. So you don't have to, you shouldn't be like, oh, let me try to draw the Most High because that's what I think he looks like. Be very careful on that, because now you're going to lead people to believe this is the Most High, and now sin is gonna increase. People are gonna start worshiping an image, and they're not supposed to do that. Verse 16. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that fly in the air, the likeness of anything that creep on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Verse 19. Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts should be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Most High thy power has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. But the Most High has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are these days. This day. Now, what we see is Christianity trying to take that role away from the children of Israel, because what they push is we are all Jews now. They say no, they are Israelites by faith. There's no such thing, man. The Most High chose Israel to be a special people unto himself above all people. And I'm going to prove that to you. Let's get, first thing first, let's prove that Israel is God's people. I'm going to prove that to you right quick. The book of Deuteronomy, Exodus chapter 3, verse 10. The book of Exodus chapter 3, verse 10. Come now, therefore, I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. You see that? My people. You know what my is? Possessive pronoun. My people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Right? Watch this. I'm going to show you another one, right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy power, and the Most High thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people. Here go the word, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Now, if I say above all people, you can't come around and talk about like equal to all people. Nah, the Most High say the children of Israel, he chose them to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 20. Verse 20. But the Most High has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are these days. Furthermore, the Most High was angry with me for your sakes, and sware that I should not go over Jordan, and that I should not go in unto that good land, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. But I must die in this land. I must not go over Jordan, but ye shall go over and possess the good land. Take heed unto yourself, lest ye forget the covenant of the Most High, which he made with you, and make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything which the Most High thy power has forbidden you. So Moses is saying, be very careful now. Okay? And that's something he said way too many times. Way too many times. That's how you know our people are hard-headed. He says, be careful. Don't go and be making yourself graven images and stuff. Okay? You've made a covenant with the Most High. And that's something as black people, we don't respect deals that we make. We don't respect covenant that we make. But when you make a covenant, a deal with the Most High, you better keep your side of the bargain, and he's going to keep his side. Because if you don't, you will be the victim. I can tell you, I can guarantee you that. Verse 24, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24. For the Most High thy power is a consuming fire. For the Most High thy power is what? A consuming fire. Even a jealous God. He's nothing to play with. When he gets jealous, somebody gonna be taken out. Somebody's gonna die. Okay, verse 25. When thou shalt beget children and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of the Most High thy power, to provoke him to anger, I shall call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto you shall go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. Now the question is, we want to know, especially, let me read verse 27. Verse 27, and the Most High shall scatter you among the nations. Remember, and the Most High shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathens, whither the Most High shall lead you. Now you have to understand, we want to know, did that actually happen? Did we actually get scattered? Now, part of getting scattered, we read it in Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, where it says we would be scattered. We'll go into slavery and slave ships. But I'm going to show you something. This is in the New Testament, and it happened way after Hamashiach came. Let's get James chapter 1, verse 1. The book of James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High, and the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. What does that mean? That means the 12 tribes are scattered. At the time when this was written, the 12 tribes of Israel were already scattered. This has fulfilled a prophecy in Deuteronomy 4:27. That's a prophecy. And if you had questions, if you doubted, this right there is absolute proof of what? That Moses himself is a prophet, because he said something was going to happen, and it did happen. There are more reasons why he's a prophet, but this is one of them. Verse 28. And there shall ye serve the Most High, and there shall ye serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. What does that mean, wood and stone? Islam and Christianity. How do we know? People go to Mecca to do what? To kiss that big rock. They call it the Kaaba, right? They go kiss it. They go worship it and clean it and bow down to it. But guess what? Here we see where it says stone. It's wood. It's referring to Christianity. So stone is referring to Islam, and wood is referring to Christianity. How do we know it's Christianity? Because you have the cross, right? You have the cross, and people go to that cross and they carry it, they kiss it, they even put it in their necklace. That's what they be worshiping, man. Wood and stone. Verse 29. But if it from thence thou shalt seek the Most High thy power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even the latter days, if thou turn to the Most High thy power, and shall be obedient unto 31. For the Most High thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. For ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the days that the Most High created men upon the earth, and ask for the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there has been any such thing as this great thing is, or has been heard of it. Did ever people hear the voice of God speaking out of the means of fire, as thou hast heard, and live? Or has the Most High essayed to go and take him a nation from the means of another nation by temptations, signs, wonders, by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Most High your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? Meaning, has the Most High ever done? Has any other gods ever done anything like that? I don't think so. None of them have ever done like that, anything like that. So what does that mean? That means all glory to the Most High, man. The nations, those peoples, those nations, they couldn't do none of those things. This is only the work of the Most High. Verse 35, Deuteronomy 4:35. Unto thee it was showed that thou mightest know that the Most High, he is God. There is none else beside him. So there is the Most High and basically none else. Very clear cut. 36. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee. And by the way, this is why we don't believe in the Trinity, okay? We believe in Mashiach, but we don't believe he was the Most High God. Like he was not the Most High God, okay? That's why we don't believe in the Trinity. There is the Most High and none else. Nobody can be above him. Okay? Verse 36. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee. And upon the earth he showed thee his great fire, and thou heardest his voice out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy father, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt. Verse 38, to drive out nations from before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in, to give thee their land for an inheritance, as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, that the Most High, he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath, there is none else. So don't try to give the credit of all the Most High's achievement to an angel, to a human being, or to anybody. There is none else. It is the Most High who's made the heaven and earth. Okay? Moses said, he said, my God. Hamashiach say, he is my God. We've seen it in the New Testament as well. There is one God. It is the Most High God. There is none else. Okay? We're going to keep reading. Verse 40. That thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Most High thy power give thee forever. Verse 41. Then severed 3 cities and this side of Jordan towards the sun rising, that the slayer might flee thither, which shall kill his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in time past, and that fleeing unto one of the cities he might leave. Now, if you remember, we had our Torah portion where it talked about the cities of refuge, and in those cities of refuge, that was a place where people could go and flee if they kill somebody. Maybe it wasn't their fault. They can run there because people will want to try to kill you. But if you go to one of those places, then you're safe. Nobody's gonna kill you. Obviously, the matter will be judged. And when the matter is judged, if you are guilty, you will be executed. It's not like you make it and you're among the priests and now you're safe and now you think you got away with murder. Nah, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's a place for you to be until the matter is judged. And if you're not guilty, there's a time frame where you can stay in that city and not gonna be touched and not gonna be killed. But if you even if you leave that place before time, you can get killed, and the blood will not be on the slayer. It's very important. So the first thing Moses did on the east side of the Jordan was basically to establish the cities of refuge. Okay? Namely, Bezer, that's verse 43. Namely, Bezer in the wilderness in the plain country of the Reubenites, and Ramoth and Gilead of the Gadites, and Golan and Bashan of the Manassites. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgment which the Most High spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt, on this side Jordan, in the valley over against Beth Peor, and the land of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel smote after they were come forth out of Egypt. And they possessed his land, and the land of Og, king of Bashan, two kings of the Amorites, which were on this side Jordan towards the sun rising, and Aroer, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, even unto Mount Sion, which is Hermon. And all the plain on this side Jordan eastward, even unto the sea of the plain under the springs of Pisgah. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and the judgment which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn and keep and do them. Right? It says, The Most High our power made a covenant with us in Horeb. The Most High made not his covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us who are all of us here alive this day. The Most High talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. I stood between the Most High and you at that time to show you that the work of the Most High, for you were afraid by reason of the fire, and went not up in the mountain, saying, I am the Most High thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Now let's see if we can get some more on that, right? Let's get this is going back to verse 1 in that chapter 1, Deuteronomy 5 verse 1. But we're gonna look at something right quick. I want to show you something, so I don't want to move too fast and we miss something, right? Here it says, And Moses called Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgment which I speak unto your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep and do them. It's important. It's important for you not to just say, man, I've been reading the Torah. Are you doing what is in the Torah, or are you hearing what's in the Torah? Are you just learning without practicing? Because if that's the case, that's a problem, right? So you're not supposed to just learning without practicing. You should do them. The Bible says to learn and to do them. So I'm going to show you something right quick. Let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13. Wherefore, the Most High say, For as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by precept of men. You see that? The people that draw near with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but have removed their heart far from me. And you don't want to be one of them people, man. The people that are speaking, that are saying, but they're not doing. You want to be a doer. Now we're going to continue. Let's continue. Deuteronomy 5 verse 6. I am the Most High thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Now in verse 2 it says the Most High God made a covenant with us at Horeb. We want to know what did that covenant look like, right? A lot of you thinking maybe it's the New Testament or something, but I want to show you, kind of give you a glimpse of what happened and how that covenant went about. And this is why Moses is saying this covenant is not just for us, it's also for the children too. We literally, our forefathers made a deal on our behalf. This is why we're suffering, man, because the deal got involved us who weren't even born yet. It's very important. The book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 5 to 8. And he sent, let me make sure, and he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Most High. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basin, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that the Most High say will we do and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Most High has made with you concerning all these words. So that was the covenant, man. This literally a sacrifice, a covenant by blood. That's a serious matter. Very serious matter. Covenant by blood. So verse 3, Deuteronomy 5 verse 3, where it says, and the Most High made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us who are here and alive this day. So that covenant wasn't made like back in the days with, with Abraham. We do know there was a covenant with Abraham, but that's a different covenant which are made with the people that are alive, and not only with the people, with the children also. With all generations, right? So this thing needs to be taken seriously. Verse 7, let's jump down to verse 7, Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 7. Thou shalt have none other gods before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation, and of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So, and that's another thing a lot of people don't know. There are kind of sins that you commit. There are things that you do. You not only pay for it, but your children and your grandchildren and will pay for it. I'm going to give you an example. When we were slaves, well, we are still slaves, but when we were in the cotton field slaves, right? When we were in the cotton field slaves, right? We were eating a lot of chitlings, a lot of porks. Our people, meaning not us directly, but our fathers, our great grandfathers, they were eating all kind of bad stuff. Guess what? Now we are suffering all kind of diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes, things we're not supposed to get. But this kind of stuff happened because the punishment is gonna fall on the mom or the father, and it's gonna continue for several generations. This is what the Bible is referring to, man. Verse 11, thou shalt not take the name of the Most High thy power in vain, for the Most High will not hold him guiltless that take his name in vain. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, and the Most High thy power has commended thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but in the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy ox, nor thy donkey, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. So you're not supposed to be working and your servant is working. You're not supposed to be, Salakia, you're not supposed to be resting and your servants, they are working. You're not supposed to be keeping the Shabbat day. While you're keeping the Shabbat day, you have your grandma in the house and she's cooking. Nah, if it's your house, grandma is not gonna cook, or she's gonna get up the hell out of that place. That's for sure. And this is why even you who's renting, certain kind of sins you see that's happening, you're gonna have to find a way to get out of those places. Because when the Most High is gonna rain fire upon those places, man, you might end up being a victim. People come over to your house, they dress certain type of way. People come over to your house, they wanna cook, they wanna microwave on the Shabbat day. Nah. And if they don't wanna listen, they gotta get up out of there, man. You gotta kick them out. You gotta kick them out. Because the Most High said, not your servant, not your cattle, not your donkey, not even thy stranger that is within thy gates. And that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. So even people that are working for you, they're supposed to be resting on the Shabbat day, man. Verse 15. And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Most High thy power brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, the Most High thy power commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Most High thy power has commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee, and the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. And this is another reason why you see a lot of young black men, young black boys, they're getting shot, because they have no respect for their mom or their father. And guess what? Their days cannot be prolonged. And unfortunately, even the moms and the dads, because they lack understanding, when those kids they misbehave, they're the ones that's gonna be like, "Oh, Jamal was a good boy. Jamal is in heaven looking down." Nah, you know he was a bad spoiled brat. He was a hoodlum. He was really bad, right? And this is why he gets shot by the police. This is why he's dead, right? So don't try to be like he was a good boy. He was no good boy. And in part because people, we let them get away with anything. We don't punish them. And that's why they die so early. But the Bible is clear. If they don't respect their mom and their dad, their day will not be prolonged. Deuteronomy 5 verse 17. Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou steal, neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor, neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, and his manservant, and his maidservant, his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. These words the Most High spake unto all your assembly, and the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness with a great voice, and he added no more. And he wrote them, Selakia. And he wrote them. And he wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. And it came to pass, when ye heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, for the mountain did burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all your heads of your tribes and your elders. So everybody got scared, and they were like, you know what, Moses, why don't you just go ahead and talk to this guy, because this guy is a consuming fire. Terrifying. Verse 24. And he said, behold, the Most High your God has showed us his glory and his greatness, that we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that the Most High does talk with man, and he live. Thus we have seen this day that the Most High does talk with man, and he liveth. Now therefore, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us. If we hear the voice of the Most High our God anymore, then we shall die. For who is there of all flesh that has heard the voice of the Most High speaking out of the midst of fire, as we have, and lived? Go thou near, and hear all that the Most High our God shall say, and speak thou unto us, that the Most High our God shall speak unto thee, and we will hear it, and do it. And the Most High heard the voice of your words, when ye speak unto me. And the Most High said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all they have spoken. Let's continue on. Oh, that there was such a heart in them, that they would fear me, and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. Go say to them, get you into your tents again. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and the statutes and judgments which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give them to possess it. You shall observe to do therefore as the Most High your God has commanded you. You shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. You shall walk in all the ways which the Most High your God has commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Most High thy power commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Most High thy power, to keep all his commandments, all his statutes and his commandments which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, in all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. So the commandment is not just like for you, but for you to teach your sons and your son's son, meaning your grandkids. Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Most High God of thy fathers has promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. This is what we call the Shema. Shema Israel Yahweh Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. So this is the Shema, meaning our power is one. It's not 2, 3, or 34, 36. It's one power, one Elohim, one God. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something right quick in the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 6. Let's get Ephesians chapter 4, verse 6. The book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 6. One God, Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. One God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. Not 32, not 36. One God. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. And thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, when thou rise up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and there shall be as frontlet between your eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house and upon thy gate. So even in your gates, you should be writing them commandments. In your doorposts, in your hands, in your frontlets. Just put them wherever you can put them to remind the people that they need to be keeping them commandments. Right? And again, you have to teach them diligently unto thy children. You see that in verse 7. Thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in the house, when thou walkest by the way. Let's jump down. Verse 9. And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house and on that gate. This is why you see them Jewish. They have the mezuzah, which means doorpost. That's what mezuzah means in Hebrew, doorpost. And they would put a little text on a little thing, and they put it on their doorposts. Verse 10. And it shall be, when the Most High thy power shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee, great and goodly cities which thou buildest not, and houses full of good things which thou fillest not, and wells dig which thou diggest not, and vineyards and olive tree which thou planted not. When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget the Most High, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. And that's one of the things with us as a people. We always forget. We always forget, right? And even in general, even if this is talking about the Torah, but we've seen it too often that somebody would do something for you and maybe do a lot of things for you, but we tend to forget what people have done for us. So we are a very forgetful people, but Moses is reminding us over and over, don't forget all the good things he's done for you. Keep the commandments, right? Deuteronomy 6 verse 13, thou shalt fear the Most High thy power and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Thou shalt what? Thou shalt fear the Most High thy power. Let's see, how do you fear the Most High? Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 13. The book of Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 13, also what we call Sirach chapter 12 verse 13. It says, Salakia, not let me make sure I got the right verse here. Salakia, I think I might have Ecclesiastes. Can't. So it's not Ecclesiasticus, it's actually Ecclesiastes, right? Which we find in the Old Testament. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandment. And this is the whole duty of man. There's nothing else to it, man. Make it simple. Keep the commandments. Fear the Most High, keep the commandments. Right? And we see that throughout the scriptures. As Israelites, our responsibility is basically to keep the commandments. Fear the Most High, keep the commandments. This is the whole duty of man. Look at that again. Deuteronomy 10 verse 12. Let me show you that right quick. And now, Israel, what is the Most High thy power require of thee? But to fear the Most High thy God, and to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Most High with all your heart and with all your soul. So whatever you're doing for the Most High, if you used to go hard, go harder. If you used to do good, do great. That's the duty of man. That's what is required of you. Right? Verse 18. Let's see where we are. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods, or the gods of the people which are round about you. For the Most High thy power is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of the Most High thy power be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Ye shall not tempt the Most High your God, as ye tempted him in Massah. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Most High, and his testimonies, and his statutes, which he has commanded thee. Now remember earlier we see his judgment, we see his statutes, we see his commandments, but now we see another word, his testimony. This is where if we go to Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20, I'm going to get it for you right quick so you can see. The book of Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20. There it is. Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. If they speak not according to this word, there is no light in them. Right? So when somebody is coming to you and trying to teach you, but they're not trying to teach you they're trying to teach you, but they're not trying to teach you the law, there is no light in them. Okay? And you have to know that. And I'm gonna show you another verse right quick. Give me 1 second. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 23. For the commandment is the lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So what is that light is referring to? The commandment. Commandment is the light, is the lamp, and the law is light. So if someone is coming to teach you, they're not teaching you the law, they're not teaching you the commandments, they essentially ain't got nothing to teach you. Okay? And I've seen false teachers saying, well, even if somebody don't know the commandments, you still have to listen to them. They don't know the commandments, what they're gonna teach me? If they're talking about spiritual things and you don't know the commandments, don't waste your breath. Okay? Because you can't teach me nothing. Start with the commandments. Right? Verse 17, ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Most High thy power, and his testimony and his statutes, which he has commanded thee. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Most High. So it's not just the law, but if you see something is right, do it. That itself is a commandment you need to be aware of. So even if in the future time, well, as you can see, there are new laws that maybe the Bible didn't take account of. For example, like, like computer crimes, for example. We didn't have computers back then, but if something is wrong, don't do it, and do what is right in the sight of the Most High. So I don't have to be like, well, there was no mention of computer crimes. No, what you do in the computer, you can harm somebody, and that itself is a violation of the law. That it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go and possess the good land which the Most High sware unto thy fathers, to cast out all thine enemies from before thee, as the Most High has spoken. Deuteronomy 6, verse 20. And when thy son asks thee in time to come, saying, what mean the testimonies and the statutes and the judgment which the Most High our God has commanded thee? This is where you're going to explain to them what that means. Then thou shalt say unto them, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Most High brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. The Most High showed signs and wonders and great sores, great and sore upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before your eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us and to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. And the Most High commanded us to do all these things, to fear the Most High our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day. And that's another thing we say all the time. The commandments, you think it's for the Most High's good, or is it for your good? Talk to me, people. The commandment is for your good and for your good always. Right? Verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our power, as he commanded us. Verse 7. When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, it has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them, that thou make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. So remember, we were not supposed to be making deals with them, shaking hands with them. Nah, we ain't showing them mercy. That's a law. Right? Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his son shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. Why? Because if you have a daughter and he marries a Chinese man, there's a chance he's going to go to China. Likewise, if you have a black man who marries a Chinese woman, those kids, man, they're literally going to be raised into Chinese culture. Kids, normally they gravitate to their mom. So you're going to see your sons that you love you came into the truth, you know you're Israelite, you know you're a Jew, but now your kids, they are eating crabs, they're eating lobster, they're eating octopus, live octopus, they're eating live birds, all kind of disgusting and nasty stuff, man, because they belong to those nations. They're following their mama. They're literally gonna walk away from the faith so they can go out there looking for quote unquote freedom. But that freedom is not what the Most High asks of us. What the Most High asks of us is to follow rules and principles that he put in place to keep us, to preserve us a nation, so we can live and be great. Okay, that's what make us great. Make Israel great again, man. Verse 4, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. Verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their images with fire. We never had a syncretic belief where we had to like accept all religion, accept all faith. We didn't have that. We never had that, right? But because the Most High love you, and because He would keep His commandments, which so like because He would keep His oath, which He had sworn unto your fathers, had the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand. You jump down to 11. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments of the Most High and the judgment which I command thee this day. That's our responsibility, to keep the commandments and the judgment which the Most High command us to do.